Okay, so we're going to be talking about how to swap out your newsletter. And this is just something really simple, but I wanted to show you what I see, what it looks like for me. And what we're looking at right now is the view of the website as well as the code. So I wanted to show you this so that you can get a better understanding of some of the things that I'm going to be talking about. So here, if you can see this, and I wish I could zoom in a little bit better, but you can see that it says images slash newsletter 1.png. So basically images, this right here is basically an images folder. So if it has that slash, that means whatever's before it is a folder, and then everything after is the name of the file inside the folder. So the name of the file, i.e. the newsletter or the image of the newsletter, is newsletter 1. You have newsletter 1, newsletter 2, newsletter 3, newsletter 4. And what this is pages. So that regardless of whatever is titled newsletter 1, newsletter 2, newsletter 3, newsletter 4, it's going to update it just as long as it's been entered inside of the images folder as newsletter 1, newsletter 2, newsletter 3, newsletter 4. And you don't have to worry about resizing it because it's automatically set to a particular size. Now, some of these are a little bit bigger than the other, but when I say a little bit bigger, it is very minorly big, in comparison to the and basically these slight differences won't make a big difference overall. It's just that some pages were bigger and some pages were smaller. So what you have to do is to make sure that whatever you're uploading to your folder, and we're going to discuss this in just a second, whatever you're uploading into the images folder is referenced inside of this code. So just as long as it says newsletter1.png, if you upload a new newsletter for 2014 or 2015 through 2016, it will always show up inside of the website because it is already referenced inside of the images folder. So just as long as it exists within inside of this code, it will show up. Now, with that said, say if you have a 5-page newsletter, because it's not referenced here, like say newsletter 5 is not referenced, then it won't show up because according to the code, it doesn't exist. So that's just something, just a quick little tip. If you wanted to add a 5th page, you would either need to contact me or contact another designer or something like that so that basically we could add another page. But just as long as it's referenced, you're going to be doing good. Now, what I have before me is the newsletter. So if you have a screenshot program or a program that will take a clear screenshot, you want to go ahead and do so right here. Take a picture of the image, and there you have captured that page of the newsletter. And if you have a Mac computer, it is going to be Command Shift 4, and you can select whatever you want. I'll do it again. And now you have that particular page. Okay, so now that you've taken a screenshot of the first page, and just make sure that when you take the screenshot that it's legible. So if you have it at this small view, just because the sizes are automatically programmed inside the code doesn't mean it's going to stretch it. It's actually going to make it look very blurry, very pixelated, very unattractive. So make sure it's just at a size that is legible, that you think everybody would be able to clearly read. This is going to be a bit big, but the computer is going to resize it perfectly. So I'd rather it be too big than too small. So now that you've already taken your screenshot, or once you take your screenshot, find the screenshot and rename it. Mine is actually going to be on my desktop, and I'm just going to rename it newsletter 1.png. And it probably didn't need for me to rename it .png because it usually automatically net labels it .png, but just as long as it's there, you're fine. Okay, so once you're done with that, I want you to log into your smallbusiness.yahoo.com account, which is this address right here, and this is of course what it looks like. Go to access your account, this area right here, click on that. I want you to go to web hosting control panel. Click on that. And then underneath this area which says Web Hosting Control Panel, I'd like for you to go to the tab that says Manage. Once you get to the tab that says Manage, click on File Manager right here. And these are all of your files. So as you can see, as we discussed before, here is the files and the folders, I should say. The file manager has files, and then of course it has folders. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to upload our new newsletter to the images folder right here. So let me go back, let me make sure you got it. So this images folder right here, just go ahead and click on it. And what you're going to do is find the little upload files button, which is right on the upper right hand side. Well, not really the upper right hand side, it's more like the center of the page, but click on the upload files. And then you're going to hit browse, or excuse me, sorry. You're going to click on the choose file button, and you can upload more than one picture at a time. You're going to find that image, and remember it was titled lowercase newsletter 1.png. You're going to click open, and you're going to upload the file. And even though it won't make a difference for this particular tutorial right now, because it's already uploaded, it already has that particular image there, it most certainly will swap out your original newsletter for the new one that you're adding. So that's really basically it. You don't have to worry about resizing it because it's already sized, just as long as it's exactly the way that it is, lowercase newsletter 1.png or lowercase newsletter 2.png and so on. It will show up. It will show up in that file, in that folder, because it's already being referenced inside of the code that's present. So just as long as you upload it to the images folder, you will be perfectly fine. If you need any help or have any questions, just let me know. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.